Here we go.
Episode
12.
12, dude.
Episode 12, Eating Pucks podcast. And Johnny, we got a guest with us. We got David Nerman of Cutshield Hockey. We're happy to have you with us.
Hey,
Welcome.
listen, thank you for having me. It's
Oh, thanks for coming on,
always-
man. I've been hearing about you. A lot of people have been telling us about you, so it's good to finally get you on. Thanks for making time for us.
Well,
Yeah.
kidding. I appreciate any time I can, meet two hockey guys and also
Yeah.
spread the word about.
He knows, dude.
Yeah.
Two hockey guys, two. Now for that, I'm not gonna bring up the Canada hat. I'm gonna let it
I was
go.
waiting
I'm gonna let it go now.
I was waiting for it. I
It's
was
funny
like, uh-oh.
because I just wear it because I have a bad hair day. But it happens to be this vintage, Team Canada thing. I got to show you this because this was, you know what? And we'll get into my story, but I am
Yes.
such a kid still.
Yeah.
Like, inside, I'm 67, and inside is a 12-year-old kid, that is so excited about hockey. It's
You
like
look
when
great for 67.
I walked in the Montreal Canadiens dressing room, right? And inside I'm like, look what they just sent me. I don't know if you could see this.
There he is, Crosby, right?
Yeah, that's Crosby.
And
Is he?
Hockey Canada asked me to make 15 neck guards.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll get into that story because they're not going to save your life. They are not going to do anything, boys. And
Yeah.
I know that, and that's why they wear them.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to wear. They roll them down. And
Yeah,
then, the rule is to have the Velcro on.
Yeah.
I do
let's
2 inches.
Yeah, let's get into this. I mean, 2 inches. 2 inches is about Mike's height. And you're 12 on the inside, and Mike's 12 on the outside. Mike's 12 on the outside. In heels, correct, in heels. Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about
I'm curious
what you
to
did?
hear
Yeah.
about your
My
whole story.
Okay, I have a lot of people don't know my story because they know me doing Cutshield and so on and so. But
Yeah.
no one knows how it took me to Cutshield. So
Yeah.
I'll give you a quick rundown. So I was an actor for 30 years, I would say, and in
You
Canada.
stole my thunder. I was gonna ask you. I did my research. You stole my thunder. I was gonna ask you about the acting career.
Yeah, so I was fortunate. It's I was able to. I worked with. I had a TV series with Mr. T, which was
No way.
a trip, man. Yeah. I mean, I took him to his first hockey game. He showed
Wow.
up wearing an 80-pound heart with diamonds and rubies.
So it's not fake. It's real.
Oh yeah, no, and 100 pounds of gold chains, and we're in a private booth, and he's leaning over to wave to his fans, and I said, "T man," I said, "Yeah, that thing falls, it's manslaughter, So, anyway. But so I was acting for 30 years. I was successful. I had a bunch of series and movies.
The Lost World.
Was that?
The Lost World.
The Lost World, yeah. And then actually, the first series I did was playing a professional hockey player.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it ended up being probably the most popular TV show ever, series. It was groundbreaking. They showed women's breasts, there was swearing, all that stuff, And we were the Quebec National, so we were based on the Quebec Nordiques at the time.
Okay.
And we had jerseys, and we'd film up there. And I actually got to carry the Stanley Cup because we won the Stanley Cup.
No
Wow.
way.
So I have a picture. I was 26 years old. It's 40 years ago, man. 41 years
Has a
ago.
Canadian team won since then?
Okay, let's move on. Be nice, Go Leafs, go. Well, never.
Wait, did you play? So did you play hockey? Like, did you play hockey growing up?
Oh my God, yeah. I
Oh,
was,
okay.
I was 3 years old. Yeah, I was
okay.
semi-pro. I was negotiating to go to Austria, fell through. I've had over 9 concussions, documented. So I donated my brain to Boston University. I've had to stop playing hockey. And so this keeps me in the game. So what happened was I was acting. My ex-wife was my best friend. We were just close. Nothing, like a good relationship.
Yeah.
He was diagnosed with cancer. I was shooting a film in Montreal. I was told, she called me, said she had cancer. I was working with, a producer said, what do you care? No one's going to see it. An LA actress that wanted to direct. And I walked out. I knew it was my last hurrah. It was her that I wanted to
Yeah.
see.
Of course.
She passed at 39 though. And at the time we had a 9-year-old boy. And I walked away from acting. I was shooting something in New York actually. and I fly back and forth. But after that, I said, no, my priority is my son. And so I was a stay-at-home dad taking care of my kid, and I saw Markov get clipped by Carey Price.
Johnny doesn't know who that is, so.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well,
hold on. So is that the guy with the neck?
No.
I give up.
Dummy. Just a fat dummy.
No.
I thought it was the famous goalie one where they, you know.
You probably weren't born. So let me go back a couple of years. Markov was defenseman. Carey Price, his goalie, they collided and he cut his Achilles. Markov was one of the top defensemen in the NHL. So we're talking now over 16 years ago this happened, and I went, why isn't there a cut-resistant skate zone? Like, or protection. And I started researching, and I kept finding Kevlar. And I think you boys probably know Kevlar. There's properties to it that aren't the best, and I tried to find something different. And as a matter of fact, I happen to have Sid's sock that I made for him.
Wow.
It's glowing, but this was my first go at it, and it's a white sock. This at the time was a cut level, I think 3. It's all changed, but yeah, Sid asked us to. This is a funny story. I got a call from Los Angeles, and they said, we want the same sock Sid's wearing. I said, okay.
Yeah.
And they said, no, we have to send it to you. I said, well, no. And they said, yeah, we do. And so they sent me Sid's sock. So what happened was Sid had found the foot to his junior socks, what he wore in junior, which was a McGregor baseball sock.
Okay.
And then they had cut it, and they put my cut resistant onto it, but it wasn't even in the boot.
Yeah.
So they sent me his sock. His sock looks like something we would wear. Like it had holes in it. It went thick to thin. And so I said to them, so we decided to make the sock for him. And then I found out that he was like, no, he wanted it cut and sewn. So I said, I'll do it. And they said, oh, no. He won't. If he finds out you're doing it, no. He's superstitious. Yeah. And he's going to think we don't want to do it. And I said, never mind. You know, they're all, you know, this mindset to it. So that was my first go at it. And then since then, this is the sock that I've developed, and that is in the NHL, and that the boys, I've saved 35 NHL players in this. Wow. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful sock.
Mike could wear that as leggings.
Yeah, well, because he's so short, I thought, maybe. You'd have to wear the garter. You know, and
David, don't let this guy influence you, all right? Don't let him influence you.
He's leading me down the dangerous path.
Yeah, maybe you could develop something for him to cut some weight, you know? We'll work on that next.
Well, I only see his man breasts. So I don't
That's done by design. Try to keep his tight.
I know where to keep the camera.
You know? So you got 35 players in those?
I've saved over 35 actually.
Wow.
It's so weird because I only find out after. Like I was I signed to Toronto, and they said, you saved. You know, when they were playing, there was someone who had his wrist cut, and he came back that night, and he's in my sock, and a blade went across the sock and saved him. This year was the first time I've lost a player. When I say I lost a player, so there was a player in the Swedish league who was down on the ground. He was stepped on. So a 200-pound player on his Achilles went this way and then turned and skated off.
Oh, man.
So it ruptured his Achilles, which I couldn't have prevented because, you know, the Achilles is so close to the skin. But they say without the sock, it would have been a really, really serious injury. He did have to have some surgery, but they said without the sock, he would have been really damaged. Yeah. So I'm proud of that. But
so you're 35 saves, not 35 players wearing it. So more than 35 players wearing it.
Oh my God, I'm in 32 dressing rooms.
Wow.
I'm on Winnipeg Jets. It's the only sock. I'm on. I mean, yeah. So whenever, and also wrist guards. So if you see a little gray poking out of the players, that's me. I label. You know, I put my brand on the foot. Because these guys were playing soccer and rolling down the sock because they didn't want the branding. So I went, screw it. I'm just not going to brand. And so I use gray. And, like my T-shirt actually says gray up,
That's
so
sick.
that's what I say. It's kind of a slogan. So I've been doing this for over 15 years, and it's been, I'll tell you something, when you have an idea, when you're the first to come out with something, it doesn't mean it's going to work. Because everyone was like, who needs this? Why do I need this? Nobody needs this. And sure enough, and it was like, but I call it my blink. My gut said, no, I couldn't give up, you know? And so after Adam passed, Adam Johnson, unfortunately, with the neck injury, it just went ballistic. And so honestly, there's probably about 60 companies now doing what I do. But I'm the #1 brand in the NHL, which I'm very proud. And the fact that I save kids, you know, and what sets my gear apart is that it washes like a regular garment. Like you don't have to do anything special. And other gear, you have to be very careful and all that kind of stuff. So it's my passion. It really is. And especially the kids. Like I had a mother reach out to me last week, 60 stitches, 60, her daughter, above her knee.
Oh, wow.
Sliced right open. And so I made her a pair of pants. I do custom work. I have 10 kids that I send free gear because they were cut. And I said, okay, I'll protect you. Until you finish hockey, this is what I want to do. I mean, it's, well, listen, you know, it's like, you know, you guys with charity and raising funds for widows and kids. I mean, this is what it's about. And especially because we're a community.
No, of course. I think that's, you know, obviously that's commendable what you do, but like Johnny his son is very new into hockey, and that's probably not something that's really on a lot of new hockey dads' minds, especially with like all the gear that you have to buy. You know, the last thing you're thinking of is cut resistant, you know, gear, wrist guards and things for your ankles, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, you could speak to that too. I mean, a lot of, I think some of our audience, we try and speak to are like hockey dads, like me, who never played. So I've never played, and the reason we started the podcast, right, because Mike's been helping me out, and I didn't even know, again, like, which is hilarious. My son's first time skating, he had a BMX helmet and no gloves, nothing. So I'm learning as we go. I'm like, Mike, what do you mean? Mike says to me one day, I'm like, tell him we have, and I'm like, oh, like, you know, he's gonna start playing in games now because he's on the travel team. And I'm like, I didn't know I had to get a mouth guard. So I'm like, oh, it makes sense, whatever. But I'm thinking the shield, because he's got like the fishbowl is going to cover him. And Mike's like, yeah, he's like, you know that? He's like, a cup. I was like, cup? He's like, dude. He's like, your son doesn't have a cup? I'm like, no, I didn't even. So I had to go buy him the pants. So that's how, but it's like, it sounds dumb now, but I'm sure there's other dads like me or moms like me who are like, they don't even think of it.
Well, it doesn't sound dumb because it's a sport that you weren't used to. Listen, I've been skating since I was 3 years old. So we're Montreal, and that's what you do in the winter. You ski or you play hockey. But it's funny because when I came up with this idea, and the company I approached, they gave me someone to work with. And the first thing in his accent, he's from North Carolina, he said, he was a mountain biker. He said, what do you wear? I'm going, what do you mean? Like, because I'm a hockey guy, right? Just
You're
like
so used to it,
right? I'm going, what do you mean, what do you wear? Well, in hockey, I'm thinking, he doesn't know hockey, and he's going to help me out. Like, I go, oh my God. But it's, you know, listen, when you're a new parent, when my son took up soccer, I had no freaking idea what soccer.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff. But, you know.
Well, especially in hockey, it's tough to tell, right? Because, again, you see these guys, you know they're wearing a ton of pads, but, like, what's under the layers? Like, what's what? And then you start realizing, okay, someone had explained to me, Mike. He's like, oh, you know, your chest protector, I don't even know the names for these things. I'm figuring it out, you know, hockky guy in training.
He's not a goalie, right?
I won't let him.
Well, because of the expense, I hope.
It's too much, I actually keep trying to tell him he's like 90th percentile in height. So I'm like, you're too tall. And then this guy, what's his name?
Who?
Mike, don't do this to me. The USA goalie. Helly.
Yeah.
Oh, Hunter Hellebuck,
Is like, what, 6'2" or something, right? Or taller?
Oh, he's taller than that.
Yeah, so now I'm like, I can't say he's too tall. Like, I'm like, oh, no, like, you want to score, right? I'm like, you don't want, I'm like, you like to talk. You don't want to sit back there by yourself, you know? I'm like, trying to think of things.
You know what? Being tall and being a centerman or a winger, it's unbelievable. You know?
Yeah, he said he wants to play center. He doesn't even know, I think, the positions yet, really, but he's like, I want to do the face-off. So, like, Mike's explaining how to do the face-off over FaceTime.
I can't wait to see you coach because it'd probably be the funniest thing in the world.
You should see me skate.
Oh, well,
I've been skating 3 times. I've skated 3 times now. I'm better than LeBron James at skating. Remember?
Chair, right? You got to push the chair.
No,
Yeah.
David, he's out there. He's out there.
Oh yeah, dude.
Have you seen
I'm buzzing.
Do you know what cheese cutters are? You probably don't.
No idea.
Okay, so this is where I age myself. It's a double-bladed that steps on your shoes, and you'd walk as a kid because of course you can't go, but you'd walk and you're on the ice. You're like a friggin' penguin, or just walking.
You had me at cheese, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because then you could take it and you could get yourself a nice slice of mozzarella.
Yeah, we're talking now.
Yeah, we used to call them cheese cutters, so it's quite something,
So let me ask you a question about the injuries you're seeing. Are silly question, but again I have to ask it. So most of the injuries are wrists and back of the leg. Like where are you seeing most of them?
No, the number one injury is between the bottom of the shin guard and the top of the ski boot.
Okay.
Right, that small gap.
That small little gap.
Probably the most common. The second common is above the knee, where the pants ride up.
Yeah,
and especially kids. I mean, your son might be, I don't know, 5'7" at the beginning of the season and have a growth spurt, and then it looks like he's wearing Bermuda shorts.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like all this exposed area. So
Mike never had that problem. But so I wonder if I tuck my son's tongues in.
Yeah.
Right, tongues in, tongues out. It's a big debate, right? I guess for the kids. But
does
that help?
About that now, so
does it help?
So tongues in being under the shin guard. Does that add more, or you think it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter because
it doesn't matter.
It's in the back.
It's the back.
Oh, the back. Okay.
Yeah, it's the side. So this is the sock. It's here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's where you're seeing.
Your tongue right there, and that's where the boys. And this goes right into the boot. After Eric Carlson, you remember Eric Carlson? Were you old enough?
He was a Penguin.
He's a Penguin now. But,
yes.
So he was.
All right, he's on it.
He got on it. In the back of his through the Achilles guard. So, and that's where this prevents that from happening. And one thing that's really important to understand is they're not cut proof. People keep saying this. I go, they aren't.
I was going to ask.
Yeah. They'll reduce the risk. They're designed not to, shred or rip. And like I said, it was the first player that has actually missed any games this year after 15 years. So I'm proud of that.
Incredible.
I didn't like hearing it.
Yeah.
I still but it wasn't anything I could do. But I'm always innovating. Like I have an A9 material that is light, thin, and when you wash it, it gets stronger. So it's the top of the top of the top, and it gets stronger when you wash it. And I'm doing pants.
That's awesome.
I'm doing the neck guards that don't protect. Those are all, just custom.
Talk to me about that, because now, obviously, the kids have to wear them, right? And do you think
in the NHL too, right? Starting, any kid that comes in this next season?
Next season, really?
It's mandatory,
But look, have you seen the American Hockey League? Because they're supposed to be wearing them in the American Hockey.
They're hanging off. They look like it looks like a dog collar.
A lot of them are like the Under Armour ones that are they're basically down here. They're not.
Yeah.
It's more just to say that it's on.
The Velcro has to be attached.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm doing custom stuff for the boys. Listen, they're grown ass men. Yeah. So I say, look, you know what you're ordering. 2 inches is not going to save you, and that's But also, I've heard kids are rolling them down.
Oh no.
Yeah. But the other thing that really, I think what I've watched with as the business, my business grows, but other companies come on board, is there's a lot of talk, and what I find is there aren't enough questions asked, especially about the washing and drying, because that's huge. Because Kevlar, if you wash it, it degrades its sunlight and sweat and so on and so forth. And there's other products out there that people are flogging, but it doesn't always mean they're the best. So I always say, ask questions. All my testing's on my website. I send out, when I send out a package, I send all the cut tests, NHL.
Plug the site too. Plug the site so we can send it.
Oh yes, with the site, it's Cutshield.com.
Awesome. So, do you think the shirts with the turtleneck type look, do you think that is safer than the just the neck protectors, the solo ones, or you think it's all the same? Or
the only neck guard I would recommend is Skate Armor. It's a woman out of you know what, you should talk to Terry. Terry started this 15 years ago, and she has a neck guard that actually goes up and covers where it should. It was the only neck guard that didn't get cut through out of 14 certified neck guards.
Wow.
Now certification, we have to spend about $15,000 to $20,000 to get certified. Okay? For those kids to get the mark on their little thing.
Yeah.
And you know, just so Terry with skate armor is the only one that I would trust. And here I am.
Check that out. Yeah.
You know, but it's like, listen, a month and a half ago, I got an email. A kid in Ontario was cut through his neck guard, right through, and he was bleeding out. And there was a military guy in the audience that put glue, and they saved his life. But the parents said to me, they said, we thought we were buying the best because it's certified.
Yeah.
Right? And you think because it's a big brand, they got your best interest, and they don't. They really don't. I mean, they are out there to make money. So if I'm able to use A9, why were they only using A3 or A2? You know, it just...
It's dollar. Yeah,
it pisses
quick
me
buck.
off.
It's cheaper, and
exactly. And, you know, and when they play the odds as well. They don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, but if you get a shirt that actually fits, because that's the other thing is like you and I might. I mean, I know you're 5'2", but yours might fit, you know, up here because and mine might fit to here, but it's the same size shirt. So it's with a standalone, you could adjust it correctly.
Okay. Yeah. Johnny probably needs a standalone to protect, like, you know, his neck fat.
Well, I have 3 chins. Is there anything that protects more than 1 chin?
Well, the good thing is like it could deflect off.
Yeah, all the fat.
There you go.
Well, hold on. Mike's wearing a hockey guy hat, and not one comment about this, dude. Do you even know what this is?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Mike, you better know what this is, Mike.
I know what that is. That's from the Mighty Ducks, right?
All right, fine. Mike was letting it go a little too long. I was starting to get nervous, dude.
No, I didn't pay attention. The Mighty Ducks movie when they played Iceland.
Mike was an extra in that. He was 35 when he got the role.
Oh my God. No, you could tell me that's from Willy Wonka, and I'd believe you.
So I have some questions for you. Did you say chocolate?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just curious about like your upbringing. So you grew up in Canada?
Yeah, I grew up in Montreal, English.
Okay.
Which I'm a minority now.
Okay.
And then with acting, I went to New York, went to Los Angeles, and settled back in Montreal. And I'm based out of Montreal. And
I just went to Montreal actually, not too long ago. Yeah, me and my wife went.
Let you in?
They let me in. They let me in. And you know what? I was nervous because USA just won gold. It was right after that. So I was like, uh-oh, this could be an issue.
I was on vacation and there, you know what, say with the US boys, Canada, and we're all cheering. It was just good hockey.
Oh, it was great hockey. Great hockey.
And that's the thing. We shook hands and went, man, you know, good hockey. And
you're a lot more humble than Johnny is right now.
Yeah, I was riding high. I'm not going to be like Mike. Listen, Mike, when we had a Rangers guy on recently, Rangers media guy, Mike changed his tune about the Rangers because he's been so mad all that.
Johnny Lazarus on from the Rangers. He does some of the Rangers media.
And Mike was, you know, they're doing no. Mike had a rant 2 weeks before about how dumb they are. I'm not gonna back down. I'm full USA. I was fully. I don't want to see Canada win ever again. That's a rivalry. That's what we're about here. We're trying to take over. And I expect the same from you. I expect the same from Canada. You know?
Well,
you should try and beat the U.S. every time.
It is a rivalry, and what's great is you had like Austin Matthews.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Crazy, right?
And you had Holly from Winnipeg Jets. You know, I mean, what a game! Holy crap!
Oh my God.
You know, and he's in my socks, so I'm like, I was going.
Well, let me ask you this: what do you think? So, I know like there was after a little Olympic talk, you know, the way you guys lost. Do you hate the 3-on-3? Were you like, hey, listen, one? Okay, I want to hear what your thoughts are.
I can't stand it.
5-on-5 would be ugly, I think, for the U.S. Definitely, Mike was like, I was freaking out, right?
Tough, yeah. The way the game was going, it would have been tough.
What did you say to me, Mike, when I was freaking out? Because I'm like, oh, like when McKinnon missed, I'm like, dude, it's a matter of time. Like, it just felt like you waited for the shoe to drop, and then Mike said about the 3-on-3, right? Like, different game. Or
do you like the format? I mean, I couldn't stand it.
So, I don't know. I mean, I love, like, a game like that means so much, like playoff hockey when it's 5-on-5 overtime. I love that aspect of the game. Playoff hockey, 5-on-5. It's a different feel. I think the 3-on-3 is obviously a lot faster. There's a lot more opportunities. I feel you're definitely more on the edge of your seat. I think 5-on-5 guys are, you're playing the game safe. You don't want to make a mistake
Be out of position, right?
yeah, get out of position. There's not as much ice to
Yep.
move. to move. The 3-on-3, I mean, listen, if you're on the right side of it, it's exciting, it's fun, you know. So I don't know. In a game like that, a gold medal game, if it would have went into 4 overtimes, 5-on-5, that would have been amazing too.
Gun to your head, what do each of you guys think? Gun to your head, do you think U.S. still wins in the 5-on-5?
No.
That's yeah. I don't know the way they were playing.
I think it would have been tough. But
yeah,
see,
it would have been
a timing thing too, right? Because they had the closing ceremony.
Yeah.
And so I think what they should do, if it was 3-on-3 for every other series up to the gold medal, but gold medal, it's like
gold medal.
I can't stand World Cup being ended with a friggin' free kick.
Yeah.
Or the kickoff or whatever you call it. See, I don't even know what soccer term is. So the kickoff. But that bothered me. And listen, like I said, it was exciting hockey. I just don't think it should have ended 3-on-3 because it was so exciting 5-on-5.
Yeah.
As a casual, like I love the 3-on-3 because now it's almost like seeing like Jordan if you were to play like 3-on-3 for I kind of like you see more of like these skills, but I do think like it kind of like cheapens the game, right, a little bit. Like, and I guess like that's the best way to say it.
Yeah, I think a hockey purist probably wants it 5-on-5.
Yep.
But somebody that's new to the game, and obviously that's what hockey's trying to do is try to bring a new audience.
The Americans want to cheat. They want to cheat.
You like my shirt, David?
I saw.
Oh no, dude! And who's your NHL team?
It's like, but you know what? Sorry, I was just going to say what's cool is the Worlds are on now, and USA is defending.
Yeah, we don't look good though.
I have no idea what Worlds are. The guys
look like it's like a Summer Olympics basically for hockey.
But there's no pros. They look
there's
enough.
Pros. Pros is in it right now. Macklin Celebrini for Canada.
Oh,
Canada is stacked.
We're stacked.
Yeah. Matthew is actually right now. He's going there right now.
Okay. I looked at the roster. I'm like, who are these guys?
USA they lost to Switzerland, then they beat Great Britain today. Canada's been on fire.
Yep.
So,
but it might come down to those two again, which is always exciting. And
which is always fun. Exactly.
Yeah, no
but it's So growing up, being in Montreal, were you a Montreal Canadiens fan? No.
Philly.
And Philly.
Boston, yeah. So I was a barefoot skater when I came out with the socks.
Yeah. Okay.
I started barefoot skating because I loved Boston Bruins.
Okay.
Back in the day, Derek, Sanderson had this long flowing hair. He looked like a playboy. This mustache, and there was Bobby Orr. Bobby Orr would skate barefoot. So I figured, well, I'm going to skate barefoot. And let's just say bare feet and leather and sweat is not a good science experiment. And to this day, my girlfriend goes, "Oh my God, like, what are those?" I said, "Bobby, it's Bobby. It's Bobby."
Yeah.
My son's done it a few times, actually. He wanted to try it, and I let him do it probably 3 times. And he's like, "That feels good, feels good." I don't think he even thinks about it.
There's nothing like it. But you know what's crazy is the first thing I developed was the foot. Because all the guys kept saying thinner, thinner, thinher. And I went, they don't care about this. Like, if this is great, but if I don't get this right.
Yeah.
And for me, when I put on socks, because I thought I should wear my product. Like, it might be a good thing.
Yeah.
And so I skate. It was weird. And I would, if I can't play because of my head injuries, but I'd go back barefoot. But I do a footless tube for kids, but also for dinosaurs like myself. Because there aren't very many barefoot skaters, especially in the new skates. I mean,
doesn't Marchand skate barefoot? I want to say I saw something and he had. If I find that, Mike, I'm the ultimate hockey guy, and you never. Lloyd, so can I ask you about the concussions?
Yeah.
So someone asked me about that because I'm like, I kind of want my son to play football, and they're like, oh, well, he's, because of the concussions, I'm sure he'd be on the line banging heads, but I feel like you see less of it in hockey than football, but 9 is a crazy amount. What do you think about? Are the helmets better now?
I never let my kid play football. I'll tell you why. I was after my head injuries and being with the concussion legacy and leaving my brain, whatever. I'd go to colleges and talk, and I had the football segment, and 1,500 hits a season is what a guy took. And they had a football player, he was 40 years old, and the doctor said to him, okay, so let's do the months of the year. January, February, December, June. Couldn't get it right.
Wow.
And I'm going, wow. Now, one of the things, like my first concussion was as a 2-year-old, 3-year-old. I fell downstairs, but that was the first. And then we play, I don't know if you guys know shinny. Do you know what shinny is?
Yeah, it's knee hockey, basically.
Well, no, it's out here what we play shinny is tennis shoes on ice with a ball. So
okay. Oh, ball hockey.
It's
ball hockey. That's what we call it now, yeah.
Yeah, with tennis shoes. You can't wear a boom ball. So
yeah.
you're like, like a road runner just trying to get, and guys would take your feet out from under you and you head. And we'd go, so I got so many head cracks, and then I was playing junior, and I'm like 5'10", and my heart's bigger than my brain, and I used to take on guys 6'2" because they did something wrong, got my ass kicked, and shots to the head. And actually the last one I took was 12 years ago, and it was non-contact gentlemen's hockey, which is more dangerous than playing organized. Because they play with guys, that don't know the game. And a guy 6'2" took me out, and that
still have something to prove, right? And in a beer league hockey game.
At night. Sign me. So it changed my life. Actually, I stopped acting because of the memory. I have memory issues. I got hit with all the psychological. So I got the anger, depression, obsession, which is good for what I do is for developing. But it just really changed my life, unfortunately. And the memory thing is an issue. And I was on set shooting something, and I was having trouble remembering. And I went, I'm done. I knew it was over because you can't be an actor and not remember
lines and stuff. Yeah, of course.
But I think that for any kid, I know there's protocols now and so on and so forth, but I'd say that if there's a kid that's had 1 or 2 concussions, especially 2, a helmet's there so you don't crack your skull on the ice. It's not there to prevent a concussion, because every time you hit and that's what they told me. The doc said, every time you hit your head on the ice, David, you reactivate the concussion. So they know of 9 for sure. Are there more?
More, we don't know.
So a parent has to decide, listen, if you shook your kid, and you know this, okay, you shake your kid, you could be charged with a crime. So my attitude is, well, why would you put your kid back on the ice after 3 or 4 concussions?
Yeah, especially that's.
I know, but this happens because people go, oh, whatever, and so it's. I'm a big. I love innovation. I always look for things that might help with concussions. There's people flogging stuff.
I know you said you donated your brain to Boston University. Yeah. I'm a big BU college hockey. I love Boston University. So what do you do? You go there and they run studies on you?
Yeah. So basically, when I die, and my girlfriend's really happy because I told her it's free shipping, they will send my she's like, do I have to mail it? I said no. Amazon by mistake. Can you imagine? Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Amazon return.
Goes to the wrong address. They're like, what the heck is this? Yeah.
From the New England Patriots, Hernandez.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he was diagnosed with stage 4 CTE. This guy had no control over what was happening. None. I mean, So I've donated my brain so when I die, they could see if I had CTE, because the only way you could find it, the protein is if you're. So the study that I'm doing now is they're trying to find it through blood work, but I go for testing. They do spinal tap because the fluid in the back is the same as the brain. They can't get it from the brain. MRIs, cognitive tests, such as the ones your president has done. It's a giraffe, it's an elephant, and try and remember numbers and stuff. And, it's quite funny. And so it's just watching the progression, and especially as I age, because listen, we all forget things with aging, but unfortunately, when I had my injury, they said my brain was more like a 70-year-old at the time. So it's just forgetting things is just, it's a drag. It really is. But it's, it is what it is. But if I'm able to help other people, so donating the brain, and then if I have CT or not, at least they'll discover and maybe help other people. And that's all it is.
Yeah. That really is amazing.
But I mean, you're like, I feel like we could talk to you for like, this could be a 2-hour episode.
It's good, guys.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're definitely gonna have to follow this up with the part 2.
We should get on again when Canada beats the U.S. for the gold.
Well, you have like 5 more minutes.
Of course I do.
All right, let's just like your little current events, maybe see how he's feeling.
Maybe have you been watching the playoffs or no?
Try me, okay? It's so yeah.
Well, we do something called, I don't know if you've seen, we do a wagon of the week where we pick a team that's just, we think is going to win probably the next game or so. Obviously, playoffs are going on, so there's not as many.
It's getting tight. There's only so many wagons left.
Yeah. So, it's basically what we do. If you had to pick upcoming games, who's your wagon of the week?
Colorado.
Yeah.
They're
a tough team.
Tough team. But I got, you know what? Vegas surprised. Well, first of all, the fact that Vegas in 9 years has been there 5 times. That's
they're I am on the Vegas train right now.
Yeah.
Are you going Vegas, Mike?
I'm going Vegas. There's just something. I don't know. Maybe I'm obsessed with Jack Eichel.
Eichel. I knew you were going to say Eichel.
I don't know. Maybe that's it. But there's something about Vegas. I don't know. I mean, this matchup is going to be unreal.
And that's the thing, because it's almost like this is the Stanley Cup matchup.
Yeah. I mean, if it was the Stanley Cup final, I don't think anybody would be upset about that.
No. Yeah. And so, but it's so funny because I don't know if you guys realize playing in Montreal is tough.
Yeah.
It's the fans are fanatics.
Yeah.
And Toronto's worse. And
it's like the Yankees, right? Like they expect you to win all the time, and
well, we're
like the Cowboys maybe because they don't win, and I want them to win. And the Cowboys are supposed to be
Toronto only cares about hockey.
That's a good point.
And they haven't won in so many years, but they chased Marner out of Toronto.
Yeah, they did, and he's playing that goal he scored the other day. I don't even know, between his legs. Like when they slowed that down, I was like, just to think of him doing that in real time, full speed.
The skill.
It is unreal, and I'm happy for him to kind of be playing this way. And
me too.
I saw some critics saying, well, he's not playing against Florida, he's not playing against the Bruins, he's not like it's different.
Never good enough.
It's that there's always going to be an excuse. Like the guy's playing good playoff hockey.
Yeah.
He's playing good playoff hockey,
happy
and that's what it is.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about? You don't have to ask because they're going to a Game 7, and I do like the Buffalo bandwagon.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Is Buffalo going to pull this off?
That game that they played last night,
crazy.
But I don't know. So going into Montreal and putting up 7 goals
It was 8, dude. Read a book.
Oh, they scored at the end again?
I thought it was 8.
It was at 8?
I thought it was 7. Yeah, let him look it up right now.
2, dude.
Yeah. You don't get 2 points per goal.
This would be bad if it happens to be 8, man.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
8. I thought it was 7.
Hockey guy right
here.
You know what?
Here. You're right. They scored like at the very.
Now I'm right. Yeah.
Click.
Yeah, it was the kid that I think it was his first playoff game actually. He just came up from Quinnipiac.
maybe.
and he scored. But my thing is, you embarrass Montreal in
Oh, they're gonna be
Montreal.
so fired up, dude.
They are gonna be fired. I think Montreal is tougher than Buffalo. Um, but again, Buffalo hasn't had this opportunity in how long? That building is going to be
Yeah.
insane. The fans are going to be buzzing.
Yeah.
So to fit, I think if Buffalo scores early in that arena, that's going to be tough for Montreal to come back. But I
Okay,
think if
I have a
Montreal can
question for you.
score, yeah.
Who do they start?
Oh,
Goal.
I think they have to start UPL, right? Because
Yeah, I would go UPL, dude.
you don't even know who that is, you idiot. Um,
Yeah,
Li-
UPL.
those three, those those three goals that Lyon let in, that was
First one.
tough,
Ooh.
tough.
Yeah.
And
David, what do you think? You got the Sabres? Not to cut you off, Mike, but I just wanted to see if I don't know if you agree with the Sabres or not.
You know what? I love Montreal because, well, I like just a good series. I'm going with Montreal because
Okay.
just how they've had so many chances that they've missed.
yeah,
Like they I believe they've had the better opportunity.
yeah,
And Cole's missed friggin' a ton, and this kid put what 51 during
yeah,
the
yeah.
season.
He hasn't really been scoring the way that he probably can.
Right, but that's what's great about this young team is that he's not scoring, but they got guys behind that are doing
Yep.
the work. I mean,
Yeah,
the average age is 25. And listen, we were told it was rebuilding, and we waited a number of years. And
yeah.
Buffalo, like remember, Buffalo has been the bottom of the bottom, so they got great draft choices. I
Every
mean,
year,
every
every
year,
year. How
and
many
now
number
finally,
one or two draft picks have they had in the last 10 years? It's been insane.
it's unbelievable. So I'm,
Yeah,
I'm happy for Buffalo, because I mean it's they came from a great history, the French Connection
It's fun to
and
have them in it. It feels
oh,
fun.
yeah.
I mean, again,
definitely.
as a
Yeah, it's
casual, yeah.
fun and it's great for their fans. I love seeing buildings like that. I mean, I'm a Rangers fan, so lately going to Madison Square Garden has been miserable. It's so quiet.
Oh,
Like it's
seriously,
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
filled with just
shot.
people in business attire. Like I mean, the tickets when they're terrible to sit all the way up in the bleachers, it's almost 175, $200 for a team that was terrible this year. So you can't like
The
I
feeling
can't
too, like they have all the space off the glass. Like there's not really like seats.
yeah,
I don't
you're
know.
not on the
It's so
glass.
weird.
There's a
Like
big gap in between. I don't know if that's because of like the basketball, like the Knicks
yeah,
court and stuff and how they do that, but it's just not the same feeling that it used to be, especially when you're seeing a building like Montreal, when you're seeing Buffalo, even Philly, when Philly was in it, their fans were
oh,
going crazy. It's just a different feel. It's not the same. So it's exciting to see these fans getting this chance to seeing their teams go this deep.
and what I find amazing is like I'm not a fanatic. Like I said to my girlfriend last night, I said I don't know if I could wear a jersey to a game. Like
Yeah.
I'm not that type of supporter.
Hmm.
And to see the the support like for Buffalo and
Yeah.
Montreal,
Oh
the
yeah.
sea of red last night.
Oh,
It's
the
like
red was crazy. I said that to my wife
crazy.
actually. I was like, "There's not one white jersey, I don't think, in the stadium."
No.
yeah,
And
and that nowhere in New York buys into that though. And again,
No.
like as New Yorkers, like we see that like it's very tough to get all these like actors whoever sits in the front. You're never seeing a white out. It's just not that kind of town, which kind of sucks. I mean,
it's
but
too bad
yeah,
because
yeah,
and that only energizes a team.
Yeah,
I think so too.
100%. You have some players that feed off of that, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What feed off? I love feeding off of things.
Yeah, I know.
Um, but David, you're the man, dude. Thank you so much for
This
coming
was
on.
great.
Hey,
Yeah,
We got to have you
this is
back. We
great.
got to talk like another hour. Like
yeah,
if you if you could come back on again.
yeah, definitely.
I appreciate it, really do. And listen, if your son Gear, reach out if you
Yeah,
need.
for sure. I know. I know. Like I said, we have a mutual friend, and he actually has some coming his way, and I'll be sure to take some pictures and we'll throw up some posts
Yeah,
and we'll
and if
talk more. It's
if you need
awesome.
anything, and if you have questions about other competitors, I'll gladly listen. I just want
For
to
sure.
protect. And that's what these guys do. There's some better than others, and
Yeah.
you know, just it's the right decision. But as a father, it's great that you're thinking this way. You know,
Yeah, no, it's great that
even
somebody
though you're
like
not
you
a
is.
hockey guy, it's great. By the way, can I just say something? Did you think the Mighty Ducks were a professional team?
Well, I mean, I'm getting my info from Mike.
He does. His favorite player was Goldberg because they're both built the same way.
Goldberg, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I love it. Guys, best
David,
so much.
You have two new friends. Anytime you need anything, we
thank
would
you.
love
And
to have
if you
you on.
listen, honestly, you come to Montreal,
Yeah,
please, you get in touch with me. Okay?
hell yeah,
'Cause,
yeah.
I'll
No,
show
maybe we'll set something up. Maybe the boys will take a trip.
We'll go
have
skating.
Well,
do
listen,
something.
you come up during the hockey season, and I'll
Yeah,
take you to the practice,
yeah.
and you'll see the arena, and you'll get a different view of it because it's.
That would be awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're in for that maybe this upcoming season. That'd be
And I'll
fun.
get some cheese cutters so you could,
Yeah.
So I could try.
well, no, so we could eat.
Yeah. David, thank you again,
You're the
man. This
man.
was awesome.
Episode 12 in the
Yeah.
books.
And
Yeah.
continued success, man, with the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you so much.